What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with more content. And today we're here to talk more about the OnePlus Open. Specifically, we're going to be talking about a hinge case for this device and testing it out in the RIG Nacon MGX Pro Bluetooth controller, and also testing both of those items out in the Aproca case for the whole kit. Now, if you're interested in any of the items shown here, you can find them at the Amazon storefront link in the description below. All things said, let's go ahead and get into it. So here we are with the OnePlus Open. I already have it in one of the hinge cases that we are showing here. The difference is going to be that this hinge case doesn't have the privacy display protector. I'm actually going to see if we can brighten up the screen here. Make sure it's at maximum brightness, and it looks like it is. So this is what the OnePlus Open is going to look like when it has this hinge case installed without the privacy display protector. This does have a display protector, but it's just not privacy. And then we have the hinge protection here. That is pretty standard for these hinge cases. I really like this one though, because when you unfold the device, it is still pretty slim and it can still lay almost flat. Now, because we have the huge camera bump on the back there, this is a little tippy in that regards this way, but also possibly the other way here. So we do have a little bit of tippiness, but overall this hinge case is going to have one of the best protections I could find on a hinge case for this device. And just to make things a little bit better here with the display, I'm going to turn down the brightness. But overall best protection here. There is another really cool hinge case, but we don't have max protection for the sides. This hinge case, it goes by several different brand names, but we have maximum protection on the sides here. So overall maximum button coverage on the right, overall side protection on the left, and protection on the side for the top and the bottom with nice cutouts, so that speaker and microphone performance is going to remain very good here. Now with this hinge case, there is no built-in display protector for the main display. If you're new to these devices, the main display is going to be this larger inner display. But again, we do have the cover display protector, so that's really nice if you should have maybe accidentally put this in the same pocket as your keys, or maybe you drop it and there are objects on the ground. Hopefully that's going to provide some display protection. And then going to the back here, we're going to have display protection for basically that camera module. This does have like a lens on it, so I would still consider that like display protection, but cutouts large enough for all the different cameras here. And we've got a nice cutout for the LED light too. That's going to be a plus. And speaking of that LED light, I really like the location of it. When you're using this device as a flashlight, you could tell that my finger comes nowhere near that flashlight, so we're not going to cover it up. And lastly, for this case, we're going to have a kickstand, which is magnetized. So it's going to magnetize into place, and it is spring loaded. It feels like it is anyways, or maybe that's the magnet. But this is going to provide us several viewing angles, so we can use this device closed and we'll have a nice viewing angle here, or we can open the device and we can test what viewing angles we might get with this way. So we can use the OnePlus Open in this orientation. I always like to test the other ways as well. And this way is possible, but it's a little more tippy. And that's going to be because of the hinge protection here. And then that kickstand, it's going to fold nice and flat. Now, as for Brandon, there isn't a lot going on here. There isn't going to be a name brand on this case. It's very generic looking, but we have the H here for that Hasselblad camera module. And then we've got some artifacts on that camera module cover as well, that display protector, screen protector, lens protector, whatever you might want to call it. So that's pretty much it, the sum of this case, but it comes in several different color options. And this is going to be the packaging here that I find that these cases come in, very generic looking. They come in multiple colors, but me being a minimalist, I do like my black. But I did pick out a red option here. I'm going to bring that more into the frame because the red, I wanted something a little more poppy, like the red pops a lot more. And these both have that privacy display protector built in. So if I take this out, that privacy display protector is going to look a bit smoked. So you might be able to tell there's like a sticker on the inside here. And if I tilt to the side, it might be harder to see that sticker. That's how that privacy display protector is going to work. You're going to be able to see the screen straight on, but if you have anyone standing to the side of you, it's going to be harder to see what's on your screen. And that's great if you want to keep your information that you're viewing private to yourself as much as possible. So anyways, I figured for this video, we would install this red one. I'm going to get the black one out of the way. And the benefit of this video is we're going to uninstall the one we already have. So I'm not sure the best way to do this. It is very simple and straightforward. I think I will probably start with the back. So I'm going to peel off here. We're just going to pry off. And I like to do this with the device open. It feels like it might be the easiest. And we just pull that off, and I'm going to grab the rear portion. I believe I like to actually close this, at least somewhat. It makes it a little bit easier. That way you don't have to fight the hinge protection. And then we just simply press it into place. Make sure it seats really well. This is already looking really good. And I like the red here. That looks nice and fresh. It kind of gives me a Resident Evil vibe. It kind of looks like a diary or a notebook from Resident Evil. That's why I wanted this option. But we still have to install that front portion. There's going to be some foam there. Next, we're going to uninstall the front portion of the case, which I find is easiest to do with the OnePlus Open. I would say 90 degrees open. And we're going to find an edge, the outside edge here, that we can peel on. And if you care about your nails, this might not be so much fun, but you're just going to try to peel back here, get it started, and it should pop off eventually. It is a little bit nerve-wracking. Again, if you care about your nails, you might do some nail damage. And then I would check, just make sure you don't have any debris or dirt on that front cover display, because you don't want it trapped underneath the built-in display protector for that front cover portion. So I'm just going to do a quick check here and make sure everything is cleaned off. And we're going to install the front portion. Again, this is the privacy display protector portion. There is protective film on the inside, and I like to peel it off with the front portion facing up. That way we don't get any debris on it. And then we can press it right into place. And I like these built-in display protectors. They work really well for me. In my experience, I've had no issues with them. I think they actually install a lot better than standalone display protectors. But there we go. We have that privacy display protector installed. And I'm going to see if maybe we tilt it to the side here. Maybe it's harder to see. Might be harder to catch on camera here, depending on the angle that you're viewing this at. And you can also adjust the brightness here, so maybe you want it harder for people to see from the side. I think that probably works better. If you have display brightness all the way up, you might be able to still see someone's screen even from the side. So something to keep in mind. This isn't perfect, but it does help if you want to increase your chances of privacy. So next, we're going to install this kit into the RIG Nacon MGX Pro controller, which I really love. This is one of the best controllers you can get for Android gaming. And it's got this slide-in mechanism, so it accommodates many different size devices. And the plus here is that this controller works with devices that are a certain thickness. And even though we have a case on the OnePlus Open, it's still going to fit in here very nicely. Now, the thing is, we can't fit in the camera module portion. It's going to be this lower portion with the cover display that's going to sit into the controller itself. And we simply press into place, start in one corner, and then slide in the controller open. Give a nice press here. And there we go. Now there is going to be a tiny amount of play, but overall this is going to work really well. And I'm going to turn down the brightness here. That way you can see what we're doing. And then we're going to fire up the Rig Nacon MGX Pro. So once the Rig Nacon MGX Pro is powered on, it connects fairly quickly here if you previously connected it. This is a Bluetooth controller, and you can actually use it to navigate through your device, although using touch may still be a bit quicker and easier. But you can go through everything and you can select items using the controller. So here we are selecting Google Play Games, and we can also back out of the app. We also have a games app that comes on the OnePlus Open. So I'm going to try to open that here. And it is a little bit challenging, but there we go. We're in the games app. And you can also use streaming apps. So we're going to go back to the games folder I've got here, and you could use Game Pass or GeForce Now. So whatever kind of gaming you're looking to do here, this combination is going to be excellent for gaming. So this obviously makes for a really nice kit, but we've got to store all of this. So I'm going to power off the Rig Nacon MGX Pro. It takes a moment here. We just got to be a little patient. There we go, powered off. I can pull out the OnePlus Open, and then we can fold it up. And we're going to have this really nice case by Aproca, and that's going to hold the controller so that it doesn't get scratched up, and it's very protected. And then we have this spandex kind of mesh pocket here. We can place our OnePlus Open into that, and we can close the whole kit and zip it up. And this gives you basically a really cool portable mobile gaming system. So that is it for today's content. As always, thanks for watching, and may the universe flow in your favor. And until next time, Leon check-in out.